What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over it's a quick video, basically going over just how to install the batteries and the steps that you have to take. And also I wanted to show you my heating solution for in the winter so that it's not below freezing in this box truck right here where the batteries are during the winter. We got Black Friday coming up pretty soon, and I'll have a coupon code down below where you can get you a little bit off of your order. And yeah, so let's get to talking about it. All right, first and foremost, what we're going to talk about is, so this is just like a chicken lamp. You know, it's to keep your chickens warm in the winter when it gets really cold. So what I have it on is this little extension cord here, and this is temperature operated. Let me see if I can get it. There you go. It's a thermostatic controller, so when it's below freezing, it will allow power to go to that there light. So it will automatically turn it on when it gets a little too chilly, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so I have it sitting like this. I've got the aluminum back or hanging. I'm a word salad this morning. You can use this little clip back here to hang it, but I have that pushed forward back to give it a little bit of space between the wall. I mean, these are aluminum walls anyway. The only thing really flammable is these wood bars right here, but this shouldn't ever get hot enough to mess with that the way that it sits right there. I ran it like this all last winter. But I digress. So let's talk about the batteries, okay? Well, let's start with the battery box. So the battery box in itself, it comes nearly all the way completely assembled. The door's already on it. The only thing basically you have to do is the feet. And each one of those feet has 4 screws, or not 4 screws, but 4 bolts rather. And just put them on, tighten them down, and the box is ready to go. So for your batteries, right? Well, you're going to want to determine which one you want to be your main battery. That's the one that takes the communication from the battery all the way up to your main inverter. Okay? And once you do that, then that's one. And then you just slide the rest of the units in there. I did it from the top down. That seemed the most logical to me. And you've got fasteners to tighten down and keep this from moving, so that everything is secure. And for the positives from all of the batteries, your positive side will go to your positive bus bar here, and your negatives here, we're going to go to your negative bus bar. All right, as far as communication between each of the batteries here, you're going to have your little RJ45 cable here, and you're going to go from the second location to the first location, second to first, all the way down, following that pattern. Now, what you're going to do next is in the settings of these batteries, you want to select what kind of inverter and everything that you have. Like, it has different options in there. And then also you want to take note to your dip switches. Now, this one I'm just going to tell you to flip right over into your owner's manual. It gives you the configuration from having 1 to like 30 something, I believe, battery cells. I can't remember the exact number, but it tells you how to select the dip switches to have as many batteries as you want, basically. But I'll show you these, the way this is set up, so you don't have to go look that up for yourself. We got the first dip switch. The second battery is the second dip switch. Third battery is the 1 and 2 dip switches. Fourth battery is the third dip switch. And then the fifth battery is the first and the third. And your sixth battery is your second and third dip switch. That makes them all different batteries so that all the communications work properly and they can distinguish themselves from each other. But yeah. As for the inverters, if you have more than one inverter, you will have to connect a communication cable between the two inverters and turn on battery share so they see the same voltage on either unit and they're working in unison. But yeah, that's pretty much the overall for that. And these things have been held up really nicely. Hell, they still look kind of brand new, don't they? They've been in here for, a while now. It's coming up on a year in a few, 2 or 3 months. But yeah, I couldn't be more pleased with the performance. Yeah, it was great. Like over the summer, we even were running a one of those AC units that you can take from room to room, and like it hangs the exhaust outside the window. Anyway, we had one of those, and we ran that all summer long on this setup, and it didn't even skip a beat. Like our batteries would get fully charged by about noon, and then after that, that AC unit was purely running off of just the solar panels, because once the batteries are fully charged, the inverters will switch over and just do inverter power. So it's not pulling constantly from the battery anymore, creating more cycles, right? Because it's draining the battery instead of using the free sun, you know? So yeah, love it. Love all of it. Thanks for watching. You got any questions, drop them down below. Peace.